What's the crack? Welcome back to the most fun formation and tactical setup on eFootball 2026. There, I said it because I genuinely do think this brings out the best in the current eFootball 2026 v5.0 gameplay. We're going to take a look at it here. We're calling it anti-meta, but really it could be called the fun formation because it's just super fun. Yes, it does have a lot of weaknesses, but if you're not worried about wins or losses or you're not pushing rank and you just want to go back to what gaming should be, having fun. We forget that sometimes. I even forget it sometimes. So we're going to start with the brand new free Amarim that is part of the new Match Pass or the Reimagined Match Pass. It's a double booster. We're going to have the tactical link between a cross specialist, which is David Beckham, and our Fox in the Box Van Nistelrooy. I mean, obviously, if you don't have David Beckham, you can, slap in whoever that you want. But essentially with this, it's a very simplified 4-1-3-2. We are playing out wide with Amarin as our team play style. We're using the link up, as I already said. And our individual instructions on this are very self-explanatory, right? We've got anchoring on Gareth Bale and David Beckham. Both of these cards, we want them to be as wide as possible, okay? Genuinely want them hugging the touchlines, like classic Manchester United old school Beckham, or from, when he was crossing those beautiful balls in. However, with Gareth Bale, even though he's out anchoring, we're going to be inverting Gareth Bale and cutting in. Even though he's a lefty, we'll still be able to cut in. But you can use Neymar here, you can use whoever that you want, really. And then counter target on Platini, because we want to be attacking with 5 and defending with 5, which is the really kind of nice sweet spot between the gameplay. You need players up, you need players back, and obviously out wide is going to leave you a huge gap, which we'll get into in a second. It's a massive issue with out wide at the moment, that the players are so high and so passive when the ball is caught and brought over on a counter-attack from your opponent. We'll show you clips as we're talking through this video. It can be very infuriating when you concede a goal like this. But I definitely have had the most fun I've had just spraying the ball out and not even spamming, right? So with this, we've got a really good partnership up front with Van Nistelrooy for the headers and for his physicality, and then Messi to mop up and get the scraps, and of course for blitz curler or for scoring easy finishes. Platini, one of the best AMFs in the game, my opinion, the best. And it's a fairly decent team. Now, we even have the new Hoyson here as well that most people got. So just a quick mention on today's sponsor, which is Instant Gaming. Check the description or the QR code on screen. And you guys, if you're buying PSN codes, Xbox codes, Steam codes, or pre-ordering any upcoming games or releases, you will be able to support me, support the stream, support the community that we're building. Everything's going back into the community from me to you guys. And this is a really good, really cool partnership that I'm delighted to be involved with because I've used them myself, any region, any currency, and yeah, I've used them for a good while myself. So thank you guys for the support. The main trick with this defensively when you're set up is to have your entire back four as well as Vieira to have at least 90 aggression and 85 speed. So Vieira, 85 speed, 98 aggression. Maldini, 91 speed, 90 aggression. Hoyson, 90 aggression, 85 speed. Cannavaro, 91 and 99 aggression. And then Thuram, 97 aggression and 95 speed. That's essentially what you need to do. I get it, if you've only started the game, you will have a lot of free players that will just not stack up. But that is a wider problem of the game because I've been playing the game since launch, so I have an unbelievable squad, as do most people that have been playing the game for a while. But you can sub in whoever that you want here. Obviously, it's going to be easier for me to enjoy this formation because we're stacked. So that is essentially what you're going to be doing. The team play style is obviously out wide, as I said. The individual instructions, anchoring on your left and right midfielder, and then your counter target on Platini. Now, moving on from that, we do have the secondary setup in this, which is a 4-2-1-3, when we've got two wingers and we've pushed up the players. We're going to lose that link up with Van Nistelrooy and Beckham because, again, it's a bit stupid, but you can't have Beckham as a right winger. He has to be on this as a right midfielder. So we actually can't. Even though Van Nistelrooy is still a Fox in the Box CF, we can't put Beckham in there because he doesn't have the required position. Now, if you want to, you can bring Beckham back out, but I genuinely don't think that you need to do that. Honestly, link up is overrated. It's just fun if you have it and you're trying to, if people think you're going to spam it, you can play around the box a little bit. But this is a very simplified build-up as well in terms of your play. We're going to have a fairly solid back four. Vieira is going to be holding, and then we push on Platini, bring in Messi, move Beckham out right, and it's turned into a 4-3-3. So it's kind of like the classic Barcelona style with Xavi, Iniesta, and of course you've got Messi coming into the middle then from the right wing as well. And Busquets obviously is Vieira in this situation. So you've got a lot of options with this. Now, I will feel that with this, the main thing with this one is, again, you're going to put anchoring on Bale and anchoring on Beckham. So you're going to switch off anchoring off Messi. You're going to bring him into the center. And counter target is going to go on Messi now because you want Messi staying in the middle. There's one other thing that you can do when you're in a match. You can put man marking on Patrick Vieira and you can pick the player to mark the opponent's center forward. That is a good tip. I will do a video on that. I think it's definitely the new deep line. Deep line seems to be busted at the moment, especially with long ball and quick counter. But lads, out wide, I'm going to throw up some clips as I'm talking here. Out wide is super, super, super fun. It genuinely is. Some of the plays I've had, even though we haven't scored, and I've lost games where I've been like smiling, you know what I mean? Where I've literally been smiling like with the gameplay because I've like, right, that did exactly what I wanted to do, but I hit the post and then I conceded a goal because I'm playing out wide. I definitely think they're on the right track with the out wide, with the pace of the ball. The 1v1 battles are back. The dueling is back. You know, if you've got Bale, you can absolutely rinse people with speed and pace and trickery. And I feel like that they've unearthed back that dribble-centric gameplay, which a lot of people mightn't like. But that is the setup, lads. That is genuinely what I think I'm using. Now, there is one trick I said towards the end of this video, and I do make a promise I will keep it. You can actually use this entire setup and make it the new kind of meta style gameplay if you're good at the game, right? So I've already done a meta video where we're using Gasperini and we're using just a very standard Gasperini kind of style build up or style system where it doesn't really matter if you lose the ball too much with Gasperini because he's using long ball counter and he's going to be super deep. So we can actually swap out from out wide here and we can use Gasperini and go into a long ball counter and then a sub tactic into a quick counter. And we have turned this out wide team with a lot of frailties defensively, but still super fun, into this, which is still fun. You've still got Gareth Bale and David Beckham hugging the touchlines and creating that space artificially like out wide, but you're stacked at the back as well. You're really deep at the back, and it does fix a lot of the issues. If I'm pushing rank, that is probably what I'm going to do. I'm happy with the formation, the setup, the tactics, the players, and the positions and where they are on the pitch with Beckham and Bale hugging, Platini as our all-round kind of action man, AMF, and then Messi and Van Nistelrooy up front. I might obviously sub out Van Nistelrooy if you don't really want the link up because you won't have the link up anymore. You could sub it out for obviously one of these beasts who we've got resting on the bench, or any of those. But that is one trick you could do to alter this, to turn it, you know, from here and fun up to here and really competitive. And I guarantee you, as the game goes on, and if Konami don't patch this, you will see a lot of people using this either as a sub tactic with really out wide players where you're able to spread the ball super fun, but also using Gasperini to have that defensive strengths and not weaknesses. So that is it for me, lads. Another video. We're trying to do something different. I will see you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you're finding or how you're finding the game. And I'll talk to you in a bit. Peace.